First Bank, Nigeria's oldest financial institution, as part of activities to kick off its 125th anniversary celebration, hosted dignitaries and financial market stakeholders to its official flag hoisting at the head office in Marina, Lagos. It was a colorful ceremony that once again showcased the brand presence and impact of First Bank in Nigeria's banking sector and economy for over a century. The event was graced by the Oba of Lagos, His Royal Highness Rilwan Akiolu, and had in attendance senior government officials, financial market players, and capital market leaders. It featured goodwill messages from the Nigerian Stock Exchange and the Central Bank of Nigeria.
They're one of the very first set of companies to be listed on the exchange, and they've become a bellwether for us when you look at the banking industry. They've also produced a number of presidents of the Council of the Exchange, from Oba Tudeko to Asabia to other captains of industry that First Bank has donated to the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
The MD of First Bank alluded to it in part when he talked about the central bank and people you had donated to the central bank. The duo of the Sanusis, Dr. Joseph and Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, Emir of Kano. You can't write the history of the Central Bank of Nigeria without having their names lettered in gold. And what they brought was the bits and pieces they had garnered that was blossomed with the presence and experience of First Bank. And as a country, we all benefited for it.
Highlights of the event was the hoisting of the First Bank flag and presentation of souvenirs. The management of the bank and its holding group engaged the media on the strategies of the financial services group and the anniversary celebration plans of the bank.
Since 1894, we've been impacting society in a lot of ways through the activities of our bank. We have founded an institution that has given birth to so many other institutions, because at the pioneering position of the industry that we found ourselves, workers and other people were spun out of us that became the various banks that were Nigerian banks, purely Nigerian banks, who are out there with us in various locations in Africa, founding businesses in banking and finance. And so therefore, many of our children, as it were, because all the banks were founded by people who worked also in either ourselves or another one close to us, who also was here perhaps a little later than we were there. We have impacted the economy of Nigeria in a lot of ways. Many of our staff and associates have moved from our bank to serve Nigeria in the public sector as ministers, as permanent secretaries, and as advisors to government in a lot of ways. There is so much that we can say about what we have been. But what is most important is that our bank today continues to be a symbol of security, of safety, of development, finance, of economic development, and indeed of excellence in the services that we render. It is particularly for me amazing that even though we are an old institution, we are not old in our ways. Our technology and our presence and the quality of our service underlines clearly inclusion, which is a fundamental policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
What we've done is to invest heavily in organizing programs to help develop the knowledge and the skills of those in the entrepreneurship space. And they form the SMEs that you're talking about. And then as we invest in their development and their knowledge gap, we're also facilitating their ability for them to have the right kind of financing for the business. So we have certain kinds of partnerships that we've been involved in. We've worked very closely with Bank of Industry as a partner to develop the kind of sustainable financing that SMEs can apply for. Because what we sell is based on the cost at which we get the money. If you give us deposit now and you expect us to pay you 13% interest, we cannot give out a loan at anything below that because we're going to add cost and everything. So generally, commercial banking money sometimes is expensive for SMEs because of their size and their scale. So part of what we've done is not just to think about our own profit, but to think about the industry and how to grow the economy, which is why we have partnerships with organizations like Bank of Industry, so that we can organize the kind of funding that is at a more manageable cost that will support SMEs in their different spheres. We're aggressively involved in agriculture because we recognize that the agro-allied value chain is major to the Nigerian economy. Oil is a dwindling asset in terms of play within the world economy. And because the government has a focus, and we believe in that focus in diversifying the economy of the nation. And to support that, we're aggressively funding the value chain of agriculture, even as those businesses emerge and they're structured in a viable manner. That's only one part of what we're doing. This is something we continue to do. If you've seen reports, we've been to, I don't know how many campuses. We're running this entrepreneurial mindset across campuses so that we can prepare them as they graduate to be entrepreneurs. We have SME clinics that we run regularly and aggressively. We have a program that we run with Lagos Business School to help empower middle-level businesses so that they have the capacity to scale up and so that they're in the form where they can get the right kind of financing from us. So as a nation builder, we're definitely aggressive about fulfilling our role. We intend to do more. We have some plans up our sleeve as part of our 125th anniversary that will add to that process. And our commitment is that everything that is possible to do that makes sense and that is viable economically for our institution and for our accountability to all our stakeholders, you can be sure that we will do it.
The first set of credit facility ever provided by any bank to the Nigerian nation was by First Bank. So several landmark projects that litters the country today were financed by a bank. I would mention two phases. The privatization program of government over the last 30 years, First Bank has been a very, very important player in that scheme. The most recent one is the divestment by the international oil companies from the oil and gas assets that were onshore. First Bank played a very leading role in that particular space. So in the area of financing, First Bank provided structured financing that assisted Nigerians. If you recall, some 20, 30 years ago, upstream oil sector used to be preeminent position just for the international oil companies. But in the last 10, 15 years, a number of Nigerian companies have successfully ventured into that space. A number of them are doing very well. There's hardly any such acquisition that happened over the last 10 years that our bank, First Bank, did not play a very prominent role. And that speaks about the foundation of our business. We look out for profitability, but everything is not about profitability. We are also thinking about the developmental impact of all our lending. How does it impact the economy? How does it impact the larger society? How do we work with government to grow the economy so that the GDP base will grow further? That's one aspect where we played a very prominent role. The other aspect where this bank is second to none is the provision of skilled manpower into the entire sector. We've mentioned two prominent Nigerians here today, and we're lucky that we have our rival leader, Dr. Joseph Sanusi, with us. First Bank provided a platform on the back of which it was appointed the governor of the central bank. The group chairman also cited the example of the current Emir of Kano, His Royal Highness Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, who was also a former MD of First Bank. And there are several others. This bank has produced Minister of Finance, we produced diplomat, and so in several areas, we've contributed significantly in the development of manpower. I would also like to touch upon our corporate social responsibility, which is an area where we've set out as an institution to help to develop the quality of education in Nigeria. As I speak here today, we have over 15 professorial endowments in various universities across the country where this bank is funding. Again, for us, it's about supporting the quality of tertiary institutions. In the course of responding to the question on the SME, our chairman mentioned the fact that we take it upon ourselves to go to the campuses to begin to train the next generation of Nigerians coming out of the university. Two programs actually. We have some set of program focusing them on how to become entrepreneurs. We also have one that I personally lead, preparing them for the job environment, career development. How do you prepare yourself for the job? So in every aspect, this bank has contributed. As I speak today, our flagship subsidiary, FBN Bank UK, is the biggest sub-Saharan Africa outside, in the UK, outside of the South African Bank. Again, supporting African businesses across the continent. And that is what this institution is well known for.
Wherever you find First Bank, we have a life or a general insurance staff embedded in those branches. Why is that important? Insurance has very low penetration in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, less than 1%, whereas South Africa has about 15%. And we are saying that we can play a very dominant role in championing insurance deepening in Nigeria. The same thing you can say for our Quest group, where we are supporting the sovereign, that's federal government, and the subnationals to raise bonds and to raise capital for infrastructure development. The latest we can easily mention is the Sukuk bond, where we raised 200 billion naira in 2 tranches, and they were all oversubscribed based on the pedigree of our franchise. So we are proud of what we are doing across those spaces. Now, at the holding company level, I need to say there is so much confidence by the investing public in the brand, so that today we can say we are the largest in terms of shareholder base. We have about 1.3 million shareholders, all believing in the group, and 17 of that you can attribute to international institutional shareholders, and about 36% will be retail. And so we are supporting families, hundreds of millions of people across the globe, to just raise their levels of income. That is what we offer. That is a widely diversified financial services group, and we bring synergy and collaboration. More like saying that we're one-stop shop. That is what we go to market with. That is the mantra, that when you have discovered the commercial bank, you've also discovered the merchant bank, you've also discovered insurance, and it makes us relevant today and into the future.
As First Bank begins activities to commemorate its 125th anniversary as the largest banking group, it marks a new season of renewing dynamic, efficient, robust, and innovative financial services that will deepen the Nigerian economy.